Howdy y'all, Fast Force 289, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be working on my 68 Fastback. What I'm going to be doing is installing a vacuum canister for my power brakes because they just kind of go in and out with that cam I have. So I made a bracket for it, so I'm going to show you where I'm going to mount it and how to hook it up. So this is the vacuum canister that I bought from Summit Racing. I've actually had it for quite a while. There's the part number if you want it. And it comes with the canister, obviously, the grommet, a plug here. You can put a gauge here if you want to or whatever, another fitting. And it comes with the check valve, obviously. It goes in here. And it comes with the mounting bracket to mount it. Now, what I'm going to do here is what I did is I made me a bracket. I made this. I was going to show me actually making the bracket, but of course my camera messed up on me. So, but anyway, I made this. It's not the absolute prettiest, but it doesn't matter. It could be down in the car. You won't really even notice it. You won't really even see it. So, but what I did is I took me a piece of, I think this is about 12 gauge steel, thick steel. And I just took me a piece, I think it's about 1 inch wide or so. And I just took it and bent it around. And I'm mounting on the fender apron. So what I want is I want the canister to be straight up and down. So I had to match the contour or the angle of the fender apron. I'll show you that whenever I go to drill the holes. So it's going to sit on the fender apron like this. The canister is going to be straight up and down on this side. And this is mounted the way I just bent it around, welded it in here, and welded me a couple bolts through here. So I welded me a bolt in here and here, so you don't have to hold it with a wrench. You can just tighten it down. And then the same thing for this side. This will go through the fender apron and just bolt it down. So simple and be an easy install with that. So let's go take a look inside the car and see where my mount is at. Okay, so if we're looking at the car, I'm gonna come down here and I want mine mounted right down in here, off to the side. It'll be in the back out of the way, and it'll be far enough back where I can still get my arm between here to get to my spark plugs or whatever I need to. So you can kind of see here where I've already marked where it's gonna be. There's the holes there. I marked, I just gotta drill them now. I was gonna put it further back, but I got this bump here, and I can't really move the bracket down no more because it'll hit my battery cable. I don't want it pinching the battery cable between the canister and the fender apron. Also don't want to be shoving it down, putting extra pressure on. I want this to stay in the same plane that it's already at. I mounted where the bolt in right in front of this, and I could use washers, but I didn't want to do that. That's janky. I don't want to use washers and all that crap. So I put it right here in front of this. It's gonna be right in here. It'll give me, it ain't gonna be right up against the firewall, which is good, but it's not gonna be up against the shock tower to give me enough room to get my arm between here. So like I said, get spark plug wires or whatever. So that'll be good. All right, so I just got me a simple step bit here I'm gonna use to drill it to the right size. We need a 5/16. I don't know how well you can see it, but because I know the heater hoses are in the way. I kind of can't really get a good camera angle here, but got the holes drilled. Bracket fits like it's supposed to, so that's good. So far it's exactly how I wanted it to be, so that's good. So I'm gonna get this mounted on the canister and then put it back in the car and mount it down. Okay, so assembly is easy. They give you the hardware for this bracket. You just put this on there and tighten it down. It's a 1/2 inch, so easy, no big deal for it. And actually I believe it's more like I think it's actually a 12. I lost one of the nuts to it, so it don't matter, same thread size. And now for my bracket, we just simply take the nuts and lock washers off. Just like so. Now I just need to put some tape on this. And you can put this fitting on either side you want to. I've already put it in the car, so I know how it's going to set. And for me, it seems like it'll work best if it stays here. So I'm just going to keep it right here. And you need to put this in before you put this in, because if you put this in first, it'll hit. You won't be able to take the fitting out or put it in. So. Well, if we need to, we can adjust the angle a little bit more once it's in the car. And you want to repeat the same steps for this plug as well. Teflon tape it, and then that'll be good to go. And as far as this fitting here goes, or this check valve, I mean, you just push it in. Give it a little twist so it'll sit properly. That's good to go. Now we can go get ready to put it in the car. Let's see how it's gonna look. Also, I painted down here where I drilled those holes just so those holes won't rust. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. It's perfect. It's right above my battery cable, so that's good. It's not resting on it or anything. It's perfect. Yeah, I love it. That's great. I don't really like how far these studs stick out, so I'm gonna trim them down a little bit. Okay, now we're just gonna unhook our hose from the brake booster here. And we'll feed it around to the canister. I have to run a new hose from the canister to the brake booster. So this hose goes from the intake to the check valve, and then you want a hose coming from the nipple to the check valve of the brake booster. Now we have to cut this hose a little bit shorter so it'll reach properly. Now we can just zip tie our hoses together. As the heat gets to it, it'll help kind of keep it in place. All right, now we'll just cut the ends off our zip ties and it's a done deal. All right, now for a quick overview. See how I got it hooked up there, it wraps around underneath that lip like I had it before. It comes around and it hooks into the regular nipple, that brass fitting, and then you have it come out of the check valve and go into the intake. So that's exactly how it's supposed to be. See, just like that. Got them zip tied up so it keeps them nice and tight together, and that looks good. And that's the way that looks sitting in there with that bracketry. It's perfect. It sits right above my battery cable, so it don't have any pressure on that. It's nice and loose. I can still get down in here to my spark plugs to work on them, or valve cover bolts or whatever I need to do, so that's good. I can still get to my header bolts relatively easy. I can always come in this way too and work on it, so that's good. So it'll make it a little bit more difficult for certain things, obviously, but really it's out of the way, and if I want to, it's just 2 bolts. I can pull it out, ain't no big deal. So yeah, I like that. It kind of blends in. You don't even really notice it. That's the way I like it. So that looks really good. I'm pleased with how that turned out. Alrighty guys, well that's it. That's a real quick video on that. I just want to show you how to hook one of those up if you're considering doing it in your car. On this car, I did it because my brakes would kind of come and go. When you hit them the first time, it'd have a good brake pedal, but then it's like the longer you hold it, it would lose pedal. It'd get a little bit firmer. Then if you had to hit it again, it wouldn't always be there. And I think it's because of the cam. I never had that problem until I changed the cams. When I changed cams, then it started doing it, and I think that's just because it ain't got enough vacuum. That cam in this car is not a real big cam, but it's a small brake booster. You know, like in my 76 Ford truck, it's got a cam about the same size as this car, and I've never had a brake issue, but the boosters are big on that truck. These are small, so I think that's probably why it comes and goes like that. And then when I had, if you remember my video when I installed that 270 cam, that thumper cam, it had like no brakes. Like it was real noticeable. Like it had some, but it was it was really sketchy because it would just be like nothing sometimes. So, and you know, when you got no brakes and power brake booster, it's a problem because you got to press it really hard. It ain't like just regular manual brakes. It's extra difficult. So anyways, I'm hoping that'll take care of this. I think it'll do good, and it blends in. I think the bracketry and all I made turned out really well and looks pretty good. So anyway, that's all there is for this one. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the drop box down below, and I'll get back to you as always. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one. So take care.